Okay, so I'm going to take a look at the three sites about Christopher Columbus with you so that you can have a better idea of what I want you to look for as you are filling out the CARP on each of these three sites. We're going to start with this allaboutexplorers.com. Let's click on it. Okay, so first thing you should always look at when you look at a website is, does it have a professional look to it? And this one appears to look nice and professional. It has a nice title, it has color, it's visually appealing. We have links to different things. Okay. Um, I want to go back though to where I need to be, Christopher Columbus, because we are only looking at him right now as far as explorers go. And the first thing I'm going to do when I want to run it through here is go to the CARP, which is the currency. So let's scroll down to the bottom. Okay, 2006 to 2016. So that is updated regularly, it looks like. So seems like that would pass the C part of the CARP test. Authority, who is responsible for this site? Okay, so usually I scroll down to the bottom and look. So it's a company, it looks like on first impressions, all about explorers, but that doesn't really tell me anything. So this is when I need to go to that about section. Especially look right here, all about the authors. This is good. So I'm going to click on that. Okay, we've got some people. It looks like we have several authors here listed in a short bio on each one. The webmaster and lead designer for allaboutexplorers.com. He works as a part-time custodian at Oceanside Community College in Casper, Wyoming. Okay. He was living since 1991. He was living 11 feet 3 inches to the west of the summit of Mount Baranas. Recently moved. Okay. I don't know if that really tells me much about being an explorer. Okay, Lauren Zucker is a staff psychiatrist and botanist, which is somebody who studies plants. Okay, sweetest fruit of any plant she's discovered. Okay, she's a voiceover actor. Okay, she enjoys soft drinks, disco, and origami. She's lived her entire life underground. Interesting. Okay, this person recently joined the growing staff of All About Explorers. When he is not writing for our site, he can be found working on the nonprofit Cards for Carl program. Okay, doesn't really say anything about being a history expert. Okay, this person is a donut glazer. All right, he enjoys reading, playing chess, and metalworking. He considers his sheet metal sculptures to be traveling artwork. He is currently in disguise living with his mother. Okay, so none of those authors sound like they have the authority to be writing a site about famous explorers. And then look real carefully here, boys and girls. Not buying it. Click here for the real story. Uh-oh. So we're going to click on that. The real story. Okay. This person is truly the supervisor of gifted and elementary math. He also taught regular and gifted education classes, so he's a teacher. Okay, that sounded a little more like it. Oh, and this person right here is a library media specialist, just like me, Mrs. Jameson. Taught middle and high school English. She's won Teacher of the Year. Special thanks to other librarians and teachers who contributed to this project. So I wonder why they were trying to trick people into believing that those other authors were actually the real authors. So that's something to think about. Okay, I'm going to go back to my Christopher Columbus page right here. All right, so that's authority. So that we need to note that there was a trick there, that at first they tried to see if you would believe that there were authors who really had no idea or no background in studying history at all. Okay. Now we're going to start looking at the reliability. So that's when you have to actually read into the site, okay? You cannot figure out the reliability of a website just by looking at how nice it looks on the outside and if the links work and if it's current. Reliability, the only way you're going to figure it out is if you actually read into the paragraphs. So here we go. Christopher Columbus was born in 1951 in Sydney, Australia. Think about that, folks. 1951. We're talking about Christopher Columbus, this man right here. His home was on the sea, and he longed to become an explorer and sailor. He got involved with map making. His books of maps are still found today in every library in the world. Okay, I'm going to read on down. Right here it says, in 1942, he set sail with 3 ships. Okay, so 1942, keep in mind that up here, it said he was born in 1951. Okay, major red flags there with the time there. If he was born in 1951, how could he have set sail in 1942? Okay, and then look at this. Columbus died in 1906. He is buried in Spain. Okay, so the dates are all off. And obviously, this may not be a good site to use if you really want to learn about Christopher Columbus. And you need to think about what you already know about Christopher Columbus. He was not alive in the 1900s. Okay, so we need to think about that. This site could possibly be a hoax site. So we need to really explore in here and dig a little deeper. All right, we're going to go on to the next site now, which is this one. And I just look at the URL, which is the web address, and I see that .gov. That's a good sign because that means it's a government website. So already I can tell that the site is pretty trustworthy just by looking at the .gov. Look up here, Christopher Columbus, 1492. A lot different than the earlier date we saw on the last website, okay? So it looks like it's just a quick little timeline and a short little biography of Christopher Columbus. So it's not giving you a whole lot of information, but I have a feeling the information is accurate. The author is the Library of Congress, which is a government agency and very, very trustworthy. So this would be a site I think we could feel pretty good about. Now, the next site is a biography.com. This site is a really good website, I think, if you're researching and doing a biography project, but you do need to take a look at it because it is a .com, so it's a company type website. And I do want you to try to run it through the entire CARP. So we're going to look through currency, make sure it is up to date. Okay, scrolling all the way to the bottom, and I do see a 2016 there, so it is up to date. What else do we have about it? They have fact check. If you see something that doesn't look right, contact us. And a video is going to play automatically. So I'm going to pause that. So I encourage you to run it through the rest. So I want you to look at authority, response, or reliability, and the purpose of this site as well. Hopefully that helps as you are learning how to evaluate websites and determine if they are trustworthy. Good luck.